Hello everyone, welcome to TTV News with some latest events in the province. And now we get into details. Ladies and gentlemen, on July 7, the Central Party Propaganda Commissions and Training have an online conference of the rapporteurs in July 2022 to the connecting points across the country.
TayNinhTV press point was attended by the Secretary Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn Thành Tâm, head of the Provincial Party Commissions for Propaganda and Training Nguyễn Thị Xuân Hương. At the conference, the delegates were informed about the topic, continuing innovating policies and laws on land in the period of comprehensive promotion of đổi mới. The leaders of Ministry of Planning and Investment provide the thematic information about the socio-economic situation in the first 6 months of 2022, forecast and plan for the socio-economic development in the last 6 months of 2022. The Central Party Commission for Propaganda and Training suggested that, in the coming time, it is necessary to focus on propaganda on party building, anti-corruption and negative phenomena in the country in July, especially in propagating the resolution of the party conference on levels, while implementing the patriotic emulation movements and the prevention and control of the COVID-19 pandemic in the area. Inspection and supervision must be renewed with a higher political determination, more drastic and stronger action. That was the directing speech of the comprised Trần Cẩm Tú Politburo member, chairman of the party's Central Committee's Inspection Commission at the online conference to review and deploy the direction and tasks for the last 6 months of the year on the morning of July the 7th. In the first 6 months of the year, the Inspection Commission at all levels performed well their functions of advising and assisting the party committees in organizing the comprehensive implementation of the inspection and supervision tasks, and while performing the tasks prescribed by the party charter and the tasks of the party committee. The inspection and supervision work continued to be promoted with many new changes in quality, effectiveness and efficiency, which were increasingly improved and achieved many remarkable results, making positive contribution to the construction work, correcting the party and strengthening the people's confidence. Speaking at the conference, Standing Deputy Secretary of the TayNinhTV Provincial Party Committee Phạm Hùng Thái said that TayNinhTV has established a Provincial Steering Committee for Anti-Corruption and Negativity, led by the Secretary of Provincial Party Committee to show the determination of the TayNinhTV Party Committee in the fight against corruption and negativity. The Inspection Commission at all levels in the TayNinhTV province has well implemented the regulations and action plans, pay attention to training and fostering the staff, building teams of inspection officials at all levels with bravery, responsibility, fairness, objectivity in line with reality, meeting requirements and tasks of localities and agencies and the unit.
On July 6, the State Bank of Vietnam have an online conference to implement the Decree 31 of government on supporting enterprise, cooperative, and business households with 200 interest rate capital from commercial banks.
And according to the State Bank of Vietnam's Deputy Governor Đào Minh Tú, the program is large-scale policy with the participation of many commercial banks. The program used the state budget to help reduce the loan costs for enterprises, cooperatives, and business households in order to help them overcome difficulties to stabilize and develop production and business. Therefore, the policy implementation must be ensured of fairness, publicity, and transparency to identify the right benefit carriers. The benefit carriers of the policies are enterprises, cooperatives, and business households in aviation, transportation, warehousing, tourism, accommodation, and catering services, education, agriculture, forestry, fishery, manufacturing and processing industry, software and computer programming, information services, and developers of social and workers' housing. Deputy Prime Minister Lê Minh Khai said the agencies need to work to ensure the success of the interest rate program and optimize its effectiveness. Therefore, he required the State Bank of Vietnam to coordinate closely with other ministries and agencies to regularly monitor and evaluate the results of the program's implementation, and commercial banks must step up the interest rate support in accordance with the regulations. And ladies and gentlemen, the legal department of the Provincial People's Council has just met to verify the contents submitted to the upcoming forum meeting of the Provincial People's Council. The verification meeting was chaired by Mr. Nguyễn Hồng Thanh, head of the legal department. Over the past time, the two-level People's Procuracy has well affirmed the key task of the sector, which is to strengthen the measures to combat the injustice, wrongdoing, and the mission of the crimes closely coordinate with the functional agencies to be proactive and active in detecting, fighting, and promptly handling many complicated cases according to the law. Result 738 over 949 crime reports and denunciation, reaching the rate of 77.7% and accepting and investigating for about 794 cases with nearly 2,000 defendants. Proposed prosecution for about 430 cases with 1,100 defendants, reaching the rate of 94.7%. In the first 6 months of the year, the two-level People's Courts coordinated with the People's Procuracy to organize 85 court sections to learn from experience in the spirit of judicial reform. In the first 6 months of the year, the Civil Judgment Execution Department has made the right efforts in performing its function and tasks. The legal department of the Provincial People's Council requested the judicial authorities to supplement reports and explain a number of issues voters are concerned about, such as the current situation of crimes increasing, the situation of previous conviction, the number of cases that have not been executed, and handling proposed for the problem of staff shortage that has persisted for many years.
Ladies and gentlemen, on July 7, TayNinhTV Associations for Protection of Displaced and Children's Rights organized a program supporting livelihoods for the displaced.
The total support capital for this phrase is about 250 million Vietnam dong. This capital is supported by the Vietnam Center for Disability and Development from the source of mobilizing sponsors. Each person with a disability is entitled to capital support for a period of 18 months without interest. This capital is used to help the people with disability invest in businesses, stabilize their lives, and repay them on time. The program of supporting livelihoods for the disabled has been implemented in TayNinhTV province from 2019 up to now, and currently 10 over 16 clubs for the people with disability in the province have access to this pre-funded capital.
Ladies and gentlemen, on July 7, the candidates officially interned the first day of the National High School Graduation Exam in 2022. As usual, accompany the candidates and their families in these exam days. Is it indispensable for the volunteers to support in the exam?
The earliest at the examination site, not the candidates, not the parents, but the young people with the blue shirts and the words exam session support.
Các bạn năm nay tham gia rất là đông.
We have gathered at school since 5:30. We have stabilized, arranged, and guided the students from other schools to exam room. I hope that with our help, the people will be strongly motivated to pass this important exam.
Chương trình tiếp sức mùa thi năm 2022.
Exam session support in 2022 is directed by the Provincial Youth Union to be deployed at 17 test sites. We have mobilized more than 200 volunteers, and they have been divided into volunteer teams such as transportation, transporting candidates, food support, medical support, etc. to help the contestant complete the task and pass the examination. Be there early, prepare items that will support the contestant. No one turn anyone. Each soldier volunteered to the position he was assigned to be early to do his job. According to preliminary statistics of the TayNinhTV Provincial Youth Union, on the first day of the exam session support for the high school graduation exams in 2022, the unions across the province mobilized and supported candidates with over 11,000 bottles of clean water, over 3,800 learning stones of on cards, and nearly 2,000 cases, over 700 meal cartons, over 550 lunches, and support transportation, settled over 500 tons of candidates, and along with many other meaningful activities. The work is not hard at all. The guys help each other very enthusiastically. We are still enthusiastic and full of energy to respond to the candidates to help them when needed. And with the experiences from the years for strengthening and help the exam session, the students often focus on the exam room in the time frame from 6 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. in the afternoon from 12:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and therefore Watan Town has gathered on the process focused on the peak related in this time frame. In the spirit that any candidate or candidate's families need support, we will try our best to support them so that you can successfully complete the exams. and the volunteer soldiers are still in full of enthusiasm, ready to support the candidates and their families on the remaining day of the examination.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for TTV News today. Thanks for joining with us and see you next time.